Hey there, it's Lyssah with Mama Wears Many Hats. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to get to know me. Hey, as I said, my name is Lyssah. This is Mama Wears Many Hats. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, like, and turn on the notifications so you know when we have new content coming out. Today I am going to be doing a quick get to know me tag. I was, challenged is the right word. A cool mom. She's both a cool mom and that is her YouTube channel. Told me that I should go ahead and do this. So I'm gonna see what you guys think. Get you in to the inner circle that is Lyssah. It's scary. Turn back now while you have the chance. No, really don't turn back. I'd be really sad. All right, the first question is, where did you grow up? I grew up in the armpit of California, also known as the Central Valley. Fresno? Yes? Yeah. Basically, it's a place that no one has ever really heard of, but it is almost the smack dab middle of California. If you've heard of the California raisins, it's where we grow them. In fact, I grew up surrounded by vineyards, not the fun wine kind, but the sun-dried raisins kind that smell really bad. Where do I currently live? I live in a small township about 30 miles west of Nashville. I'm not going to tell you too much because I don't want to deal with stalkers. Needless to say, I'm in Middle Tennessee. Who is my best friend? That would have to be a three-way tie. I'm first and foremost going to say my husband because I married him for that reason. If we're ruling out the husband, I'm going to say my mom because I love my mom and she really is like my best friend. But if we're ruling out a mom, I'm going to have to say Christina is my best friend. She and I met almost 20 years ago. Oh my gosh, I feel so old. We were roommates at an internship that we were part of in Texas. We ended up living together for a year and became besties after that. She's a keeper. Everyone needs a Christina in their life. Everyone should also have a Cameron and a mom, but I can't help you with that. How tall are you? Not tall enough. I am 5'4", a little on the short side, but I was 5'3.5" in my early 20s. And then I grew another inch, hit 5'4.5", but people laugh at me when I say 5'4.5", so I've just started saying 5'4". I don't need the condescension, people. Dogs or cats? I take most pets on a case-by-case basis. I've known some amazing cats. I've known some stellar dogs. Heck, at one point I wanted a ferret, but at the same time, I'm really glad to have someone else who's responsible for feeding and watering them. All right, funniest moment throughout high school. That's a really hard one. Funniest moment throughout high school. I played a practical joke on my youth pastor. He always had Tootsie Rolls in his desk, and one day I was sitting at his desk and I was just messing around. I decided to wrap a piece of chalk that was in his desk in the wrapper of a Tootsie Roll that I'd just eaten. And without thinking, I was like, "Hey John, you want a Tootsie Roll?" I threw it to him without even paying attention. He opened it, popped it in his mouth, and bit into it. That was pretty funny. I don't know if it's the funniest moment, but it was pretty funny. And it's the shortest one that I can tell. I can think of other ones, and if you want to know more, let me know. I have some other good ones. Yeah, there's a couple, but that's the shortest one, so we're going to go with that one. All right, next question. What year were you born? What year do you think I was born? For reals, pause, put it in the comments. I want to know how old you think I am, because that's always a fun game to play. Did you do it? Did you pause? I'll wait. For all of you who guessed 1984, you are correct. I am the big 3'5". I know, why did YouTube let me in? Yes, I'm 35 and I still think I'm 25. Are you in or have you gone to college? Yes, I have. I started out going for a business degree, decided I didn't want to do business. I paused, came back to it a couple years later because I wanted to go to Japan to teach English and they require a degree. So I went for a communications degree since I only needed about another year and a half of school. And I did. I got my bachelor's in communications and never went to Japan to teach English. I met my husband. What is your spirit animal and why? I'd like to say Jordan Page is my spirit animal, but I don't think that's what the question means. I think I would have to say my spirit animal is a dolphin. From what I understand, dolphins are extremely smart. Make sure to grab your bath towel. They're also extremely playful. They are pack mammals. They don't take themselves too seriously, but they can be fierce. So yeah, I'm going to say dolphin. I really don't know. I'm literally answering these as I read through them just so that the reactions are legit. You're wearing perfume. What scent is it? Actually, a little embarrassing. My favorite scent to wear and I think it smells really good on me, is Jessica Simpson Fancy. Because, you know, I feel fancy when I wear it. Or at least I think it smells really good on me. You can't make me feel bad about that. All right, tea or coffee? Hands down coffee, especially iced coffee. Although I really do like iced tea as well. Black iced tea, unsweetened. Don't defile my tea. But I will drink coffee pretty much any form it comes in. Any form. What are your life goals? Well, that's a loaded question. Did someone vet these to make sure this would be a quick video? I think if I was going to round it up really quick and have to give a very concise answer, I want to empower moms and families, but moms in particular, to be the people that they're called to be and not feel like they have to compare themselves to someone else or fit into a mold. I think our world is really big on classifying people, and I feel because of that, people can miss out on really stepping into who they are fully. So I guess my life goal would be being able to work with families and moms and help them identify their natural rhythms so that they can be successful in a way that success is for them, not in the way it looks for somebody else. That's my life goal right there. Oh, and to raise children who are good people and love God and love others. Yeah, that's my life goal right there. What sports do you play or have you played? I played soccer when I was younger, and I was actually pretty good. And then I hit puberty. Running in front of boys got awkward, and therefore I stepped back from soccer. Anyone who has developed early on and rapidly knows that is puberty sucks. Let's just be that. Puberty sucks. Have any books you read changed your life? Yes. And not self-help books or like leadership books or any of these nonfiction books. I am actually a person who really resonates with fiction. I believe there's so much that can be learned in a narrative, and there is so much that can be experienced through story. So for me, I would have to say Ted Decker's book When Heaven Weeps and Karen Hancock's book Arena were both pretty life-changing for me. Also Hind's Feet in High Places. I'll link to all three of those below, and that way if you're interested or looking for a good read. Arena is an allegory, science fiction, but not like weird science fiction. It's actually really, really interesting. It's got everything: action, romance, intrigue. It's great. When Heaven Weeps is a modern day retelling of Hosea. What's the Francine Rivers book? Oh my goodness. I'm totally drawing a blank. I will look it up and put it across the screen right here. I think that just modern, set in the 60s. It's really good, and when I read it, God really convicted me that I didn't love people and that he couldn't trust me to lead people because I didn't love people, and it really showed me his heart for people. So whether you are a Christian or not, if you want to know how God feels about you and his love for you, I want you to buy When Heaven Weeps. If you can afford it, DM me and I will send you a book, okay? It wrecked me. And if you are Christian and you know how God feels about you, and you want to know how you should be feeling about other people, you should read it. What is your favorite movie? This is a rough one. Okay, so I'm going to go through this really fast. I'm not going to qualify why. Just know a lot of these don't have great reviews, but they are my favorites. Okay, so I love M. Night Shyamalan's Lady in the Water. I love Winter's Tale. I love There Be Dragons. And I'm going to leave that there because I'm totally drawing a blank, but there's a fifth one. My husband probably remembers because we've had this conversation a lot of times. But off the top of my head, those are my favorites. I'll link those below too. Do you speak any languages, and how well? I understand more Spanish than I speak, having grown up in the Central Valley. But do I speak anything fluently? No. Barely speak English fluently, guys. All right, am I single or taken? That would be a big fat taken. Married. We actually... Monday's our anniversary. It'll be 7 years, so that's exciting. We made it. 7 years, 3 kids later. What is your idea of your dream date? Anyone else think Miss Congeniality? April 15th. It's not too hot, and all you need is a light sweater. I think my dream date probably involves adventure, going somewhere random on the spur of the moment, because at this point it's with my husband. Babysitter wasn't an issue and money wasn't an issue. We'd hop on a plane and go somewhere. If we're talking more like staying local and an actual date we could go on, I love going to the movies. I love going to local restaurants and finding new places to visit. I love going hiking. It could be really any of those kind of things. How long was your longest relationship? 7 years. My husband was actually my first boyfriend. And in fact, my wedding day was my first kiss. If you want to know more about that, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll do a flashback video. How would you describe your fashion sense? You can't see what I'm wearing most of the time, but it is pretty minimal. It's not that I don't have fashion sense. I actually really enjoy fashion. There are things that I like. Unfortunately, my figure is not the type of figure where I can wear most of the things that I like and what I would consider my style. So my style really becomes what fits me. And that's not just being like plus size, that's also just the way my body is proportioned. And I don't want to wear something that I don't feel comfortable in, and I don't want to wear something that doesn't look good. I like my body. I'm totally cool. I'm working on losing baby weight. In general, I have never been really able to like wear my ideal clothes. I think if I had to just describe it in a couple words, it'd be like bohemian, chill, casual. Yeah, like give me a V-neck, cute jeans, and a cardigan. And I'm pretty happy. What is your go-to hairstyle? Are we talking brushed? Or are we talking literal go-to, like I wake up in the morning, throw it in a ponytail without brushing it, and go take care of my kids? Or are we talking about I actually did my hair? If we're talking actually did my hair, this is probably my go-to hairstyle. How often do I go to it? Not often enough. How many siblings do you have? I have one brother. He is my younger brother, although most people think he looks older than me, but I think it's because his facial hair comes in better than mine does. I'll put a picture in here. You can see. What is your go-to fast food order? Okay, that doesn't even make sense as a question because it's gonna depend on what fast food restaurant you're actually at. Now, I could tell you my go-to order at just about any fast food restaurant. Fortunately, I go to fast food, or I used to go to fast food way too often. That's always kind of been like my Achilles heel. Part of the whole body proportion thing we talked about before. But yeah, I love bacon cheeseburgers and I love bacon on pretty much anything. So chances are if there's bacon on it and it's not crazy, I'm going for that. Do you use a PC or a Mac? I use a Mac. What is your most memorable vacation memory? Probably my honeymoon. Or do mission trips count? See, I'm way too analytical because I'm sitting here going, well, it depends on what you really mean by that question. I'm going to go ahead and say my honeymoon. We went to the Biltmore, went to North Carolina, and it was amazing. We tried to go down the Blue Ridge Parkway, and somehow we ended up on some like back roads, dirt road, because there was a detour, and like we're sitting there like, I think I hear dueling banjos, like. Do you have any bad habits? How long do you have? If I'm thinking through my husband's eyes, I am really bad about setting something down and leaving it out because I'm a very out of sight, out of mind person. And so if I don't want to forget something, I leave it where I can see it. And my husband is very much like a everything has its place kind of person. So we have fun because then I get irritated because he moves my stuff that I left out. He's irritated that I leave my stuff out. We're working through that. Okay, tell us one thing about you that we wouldn't know. Well, guys, that's pretty easy because we've only just met. It's been a very short time. One thing about me that you don't know. I'm sure by now you've been able to tell that I'm a pretty extroverted and dramatic person. Okay, I love watching random stuff. Like I grew up in high school watching anime before it was cool. You had to actually like find it in the weird places on the internet, and people looked at you like you were a creepy 30-year-old man when you told me you watched anime. As an adult, I love watching Korean dramas. However, since I've had children, I haven't really been able to watch many. Sorry, Christina. Because when I have to read the subtitles, I fall asleep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I love writing, but again, it's really hard for me to keep a conscious train of thought with all the kids and stuff going around, which is why one of the reasons I started doing YouTube instead, because I'd tell myself, I'll make time to write, but this feels like I'm having a conversation with people, and so it's a lot easier to do. So I'm gonna pull up a random, there's like an extended version. What is your coffee order? I'm gonna give that one to you guys as a freebie. What is my coffee order? I love mocha and most kind of fruits. So if there's an orange mocha, a raspberry mocha, a cherry mocha, I'm probably going for that if I'm getting a fancy drink. My go-to coffee drink is normally an iced Americano, or if I'm at Starbucks, I get a venti iced coffee, no classic, 2 pumps caramel, 2 pumps vanilla, and a splash of heavy cream. It is delicious. Although I also did just start making that DeLongo coffee, and that may be my new Saturday morning coffee. It's awesome. If you make it, make sure that you put a little bit of heavy cream in. It seriously elevates it. All right, that's all, guys. Sorry, this is way longer than I meant it to be. Hopefully I will be able to edit some of this down because I'm sure you are all sick of listening to me talk already. I shouldn't say that. maybe you love listening to me talk. Apparently I love listening to me talk because I'm still talking. That being said, I'm really glad you guys joined me. I promise I won't do many of these, but since I was directly challenged, I figured I had to do it. So thank you to a cool mom. Jump over, I'll link to her video below so you can see it. That's it. I look forward to knowing about you. Challenge. If you watch this video, pick one of those questions and drop your answer in the comments because I want to get to know you. I'm not even kidding when I say that. I want to know more about you. That's why I get into the comments. If I say I'm praying for you in the comments, I'm praying for you. Know that this is a two-way conversation, even if it is static and we have to be like old school message board, okay? All right, guys, stay safe. Make sure that if you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure to ring that bell, or what do people say? Smash that bell. Gently pling that bell so you know when I keep saying we like there's someone else here. So you know when I put out new videos, okay? All right, guys.